want the whole entire King Center filled with Hardrockers. We do not want any green shirts in there. We do not want Yellow Jackets bringing their guns in. We don't want to give them that opportunity. Please get a hold of us, buy tickets ahead of time, bring Hardrockers to the game. And then men's and women's track and field, not this weekend, but next weekend, we're at South Dakota State. So I'll reiterate that next week, but if you have a chance, get out there and support Hardrockers and track and field. Our first speaker today is going to be our head men's soccer coach, Andrew. Come on up and let us know what's going on this spring.
Most of you see my hibernate all winter, but I made it out today. So getting right out of the hole. Just want to give you a few updates on where we're at with soccer. February 22nd, we're going to announce live on Facebook our 2018 class. I've been working with Brad on some different ideas of what we can do. I think there's going to be some really cool things. In the past, we haven't done anything live. So live on Facebook at 3 p.m. on the 22nd of February, we're going to announce our class. This appears to be the biggest class in program history. The guys are covering east to west coast. It's a really exciting thing for where our program is at, and we can add a big group of players to raise the level from where we've been in the past. Some other dates, we're going to host 3 spring games this year, and this will all be on our website. And actually, some of it is now. We'll be putting it out on social media. March 24th, we're going to host Jeremy Community College here in Sioux Park. April 15th, we're hosting Select Community College, and then April 21st, we're hosting Western Nebraska Community College. We have such a young group moving forward. This is a really great chance for us to play these community college teams that are heavily international. It's really going to test these young players. We have 3 redshirts who are going to be able to play this spring for the first time, and that's really, really exciting for them. And they're going to be thrust into a role playing against some really competitive teams. So that's just a really quick blurt out of where soccer's at. In terms of a little bit of our culture right now, I just had a meeting with our assistant strength coach Eric yesterday. He said this is the first soccer team he's ever seen that actually wants to lift in the off season. I don't know if you can tell from me, I'm not really a big weight room guy. Our team is not. Traditionally, soccer players don't like doing that kind of hard work. We like the free part of the game, we like watching film. And he said our guys are getting in there extra. We're in 3 times a week, and they've actually asked for an optional 4. So hopefully you see some pretty good guys on the field next year. So I'm really excited about what we're doing. Even in our indoor training sessions, I'm only allowed to be with the players 2 hours a week throughout the winter. So it's really, really tough for them to find that time on their own to get better. And each one of our training sessions so far this year, I mean, we're on the basketball courts at Fraser and Goodell, and the guys, they're what we call chippy. They're really getting after each other, they're pushing each other. Someone I really want to commend is Lane Schrader, who didn't play this past fall, and he has been, like, running up and down the court. I know basketball, you guys pride yourselves on how fit your teams are. We'll do 5v5 on that court. It seems like the tiniest field I've ever seen. So I've really been impressed with Lane not playing in the fall and coming out and raising the level every single day. So that's the word about soccer. I know you guys want to hear about basketball a little bit more than me, but are there any questions? All right, thank you for your time.
Andrew, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Jerry Schaefer didn't make it out. No, he didn't. Okay. So Jerry will visit with us next week. Then the next coach up, Ryan Larsen. Come on up.
Thanks, everybody. You can't hear me, just tell me to crank it up. Music's going on. I need that microphone, obviously, to get my voice going. But yeah, great atmosphere. Thanks to everybody coming out. Good trip. That's a long, hard trip. Rusty and Patty made that trip. They said they covered 1,400 miles. Is that what it was? No sightseeing on the way for you guys? No? But yeah, that's a long old trip. It was about just over 10 hours from Rapid City to Gunnison on Thursday. Got out, had a really good shoot around that morning in Gunnison compared to Western State. Really liked the way our kids prepared that game. I was really impressed. Just their attention to detail and their effort and the quick hour that we go. And we proved it that night. We went out and played a very well-executed game, I thought. You know, Gunnison, you don't see it in their Western State. You really don't see their capabilities in their record. They're playing, I think, 4 freshmen are starting, then a sophomore. So really young team. Like I said last week, very, very well coached. I got a lot of respect for that team. We played a fantastic game. You know, we really guarded well because they put you in situations on the perimeter that, you know, if you're not in the stance, you're not moving your feet, not guarding the ball, something that we do struggle with at times, as simple as it sounds. You know, they're going to put some points on the board. We really got in a stance and guarded that game. I was really impressed with this, our individual on-ball defense that game. You know, obviously we talk about defense a lot. A good offensive rebounding team. We rebounded the ball well. We got to get out and run and play fast. The other thing I'm really proud of is we took 18 threes in that game. That's not a lot for us. It's kind of on the lower end of the numbers of threes that we shoot per game. We had a great percentage. We made 8, okay, which is a really good percentage. We found a lot of different ways to score. We got to the free throw line quite a bit. We got to the rim a lot. The post players, McCabe and Alvin, played really well inside. That's something that we really need to start seeing. Finding out, you guys have heard me say it numbers of times, we have to find different ways to score. We were able to that game. We got up a fair amount of threes, which we're always going to do, all right? But defensively, Western State, they really took us away from the arc. You know, even in transition, they were matched up on our shooters in transition, not even really bothering to start and stop the balls. We were able to get the rim quite a bit there. They really locked up on our shooters, and we found a lot of different ways to score. There's a number of good times in that game where we got the lead to double digits. Credit to Western State, they kind of crept back in. You know, one thing we always talk about is timeouts, halftime, and we need to get 3 possessions. A score, stop, score, or a stop, score, stop. And we'll start the third quarter, the second half, I think we strung together 9 score, stop, scores, or stop, score, stops. And that really pushed the lead for us right there. And that was a great thing to see. You know, we kind of have a tendency at times, we'll get to double digits, we'll let them back in a little bit. That second half, we certainly did. We kind of kept our pedal on the floor there, our foot on the pedal rather, and just kept going there. That was really nice to see. Got the lead with 20, got a lot of kids in the game. That was great. This was really good road game for us. I tell you what, anytime I walk off that floor in Gunnison after a win, I am completely relieved. It is a tough place to play. That team is getting better, and a good road win for our ladies there. And you know, you guys probably don't look at the scores as closely as myself and our players and our coaching staff, but you know, there's not a lot of teams that go into Western State and beat them the way we did. You know, every game is close there. We're a good team, we get a tough place to play. That's a really good road win for us there. Saturday, Mesa. Hey, really good team, really dynamic team, really good defensive team. They lead the league in points per game defensively. The first in the league as far as DPL field goal percentage, the first in the league as far as 3-point defensive percentage. And it kind of showed a little bit. We had about 8 minutes in the first quarter that really did us in. They, obviously, Black Hills got them the night before, and they came out angry. Colorado Mesa really came out angry. Not that our kids weren't ready to play, we were ready to play. They were that good for 8 minutes, and we missed some easy baskets early. We had a total of 5 points in the first quarter. Anytime you put yourself in that kind of hole, it's going to be a dogfight on the way back. You know, you're never pleased about a loss. Obviously, you know, being a competitor, you're never happy with a loss, but the second, the third, and the fourth quarters were about as good as a basketball game as we have played all year. And I was just so impressed with our young ladies that, you know, it could have been easy to kind of get frustrated and, well, we're going to take one on the chin tonight. We didn't do that. We fought, we battled, we scrapped, we clawed our way back into that thing. We had to cut to 7 a couple different times in the second quarter. They hit a few shots late in the second quarter that spread to double digits. I believe it was 13 at halftime. We cut it again to single digits a couple times in the second half. We just kept fighting, and just didn't get enough stops and baskets at the end to really make it interesting. The fourth quarter, we got real aggressive defensively. We were gambling for steals, we were trapping. One final push to really get back into the game. Basically, you know, they made the plays, they beat our traps and stuff like that, so they were able to get some easy baskets where we just were able to climb back into it. But again, I tell you, I was never so pleased with the loss after the way we fought those last second, third, and fourth quarters. We played a really, really good basketball game. The effort that we had was just absolutely tremendous. I was really, really pleased with our basketball team. Showed a lot of character. And the other thing is, I thought we outplayed Mason the second, third, and fourth quarters. We just weren't able to come to the deficit that we put ourselves in. We outscored them. Our field goal percentage was unbelievably high. We were in the 40s to 50% for those 3 quarters. We obviously held them a much lower field goal percentage, but they're a good basketball team. A very dynamic team, scoring-wise. You put yourself in that hole, it's going to be tough to come back from. But we learned a lot of lessons. Again, just the way we competed was huge for us. Very, very pleased. And a sign of good things to come, I felt. We had a really good practice today. Thought we carried over where we left on Saturday at that game. Excited for a good road trip coming up. Colorado Springs Friday, they're a much improved team. Much improved from the first time we played them. They're starting to play better on both ends of the court. Scoring the ball quite a bit better. Defending much better. So we got our hands cut out there. They're just a much better team, improvement-wise than the first time we played them. That's obviously a huge game for us. They were one spot behind us in the standings. For those of you that look at it, so that's going to be a big game for us. Saturday against Metro, good team. They obviously got us here the first time. We didn't play well defensively. That was one of those games where after losing Emma and Missy, that we were still trying to figure ourselves out a little bit offensively and defensively. So we kind of have that hanging on ourselves a little bit, but we know we're much improved from there. Again, that's a tough place to play as well. Anytime you play on the road, it's going to be tough. We have number 1 there, so we got our challenges right now. Obviously, we're looking forward to going out competing and putting our best foot forward. We got a really good chance to get to it. We're playing right now, Friday and 3 quarters on Saturday. I feel really happy with the way we're playing right now, the way we're competing. Any questions for me about last weekend, this weekend? You want to bring Molly up here to talk? Yes.
Gunnison, isn't that the gym with the highest elevation in the country?
It is.
Now, what's it like to have to play a game 24 hours later after having your kids play a full game at the highest elevation in the country?
That's a great question. That's something we actually, Coach Henry, Christina Berg, our trainer, we talked about quite a bit. They have it plastered on their mats behind the baseline there. Highest gym in the world with 77, 442 feet, I don't know, something like that, 7,700 feet. They have your locker room. Are you feeling queasy? Are you feeling weak? The elevation is this high, that type of stuff. But the question was, you're on a bus for 10.5 hours on Thursday. You get up and play, okay? Then you get back on the bus, even though it's a short trip in between, Gunnison, Grand Junction, that really takes it out of you the next day. It does. Coming down from elevation, after 2 days previous to be on the bus, we can definitely tell. We can certainly tell. We were very tired Saturday. But, everybody is on a Saturday. That trip especially really takes it out of you. But again, our kids overcame a lot of that fatigue. We played a really, really good basketball game. Good question. Glad you brought that up. I would never make excuses for that. That is legit, I'm sure. Anything else for me? All right. We got a special guest here, Molly McCabe, sophomore this year. She's been a tremendous player for us the past few years. Saw a lot of time last year. Seen a lot of time this year. Molly, she's just a wonderful human being. She always has a smile on her face. Constant learner. Really takes well to coaching. One of the few kids after a practice or a workout that will come up to me and say, "Hey, thanks, coach. Thanks for coaching me today." I just tells you how nice of a young lady that she is. Another example of how nice she is. The one thing that we probably coach Molly the most on is passing. She's too unselfish. She passes all the time. And she shoots 54% this year. And we're always like, Molly, you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta be a little selfish. She's shooting 54%, and yet she's just too darn nice. And she's always gonna make the right pass, which she should probably be scoring. I like that. I really like that. she's getting better at that. We were able to show video clips today. I had one video clip where Molly made a big time move that we've been working on all year. It's a great shot. It's in the second half. You can see me. I jumped about this high in the air, celebrating this move that Molly made. She was selfish. She got to the rim. She made a big time post move. Great play. She had a tremendous game for us Friday, tremendous game for us Saturday. She's only getting better and better and better. But there's one thing I don't complain about Molly a lot. Not a whole lot. We need her to be more selfish. And that's a good quality to have. That just exemplifies the type of teammate that she is, the type of player that she is. Molly, with that said, why don't you come up here and talk a little bit?
Alright, I'm Molly McCabe. If I need to talk louder, let me know too. Also. Before I start talking about myself, I want to thank everybody who comes to our games. You guys are as much a part of the team as any. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the support. I want to thank my coaches too. Thank you guys. I'm from Centennial, Colorado. My parents are in education, which might tell you a little bit why I came to school. My mom's principal, my dad's athletic director. My older sister actually goes to Mesa, so that's kind of fun playing high school. And my younger sister goes to Rapco as well. The biggest reasons I picked going to this school probably was my team. My team is a huge part. They're amazing people. If you don't know all my people on my team, I recommend meeting them because they're amazing. They're incredible people. I also chose the school because of the community. You guys are amazing. You guys are so nice and fun and be around. Like, I probably told the coach when I was on my mom immediately right when I was here. So I was like, these people are amazing. Like, it was awesome. So that was huge. And obviously the education. I can't remember that too. So going back to my team, this is the best team I've ever played with. I love them. They're my best friends, like no doubt. I don't know where I'd be like without them. And they just push me to be the best I can be on and off the court. They make me more confident. If I'm having a bad day, they make me up to me and say they're amazing. And I don't know. So you guys have any questions for me?
Have you chosen a major yet?
Yeah, I have. I want to play health and New York.
What do you find to be the biggest difference between high school basketball and college?
It's a lot faster. Like, I'm pretty fast. But, man, we got some fast kids out there who play. And, like, every ball moves faster, plays faster. It's a lot. I like playing Metro least. Oh, no. BH least. Let me take that back. And then, I mean, they're a great team. It's just like where they're our rivals and it just carries us with that. So, my favorite team to play I really like playing Mines. It's like, they're really good. Battle of the Mines too, it's kind of fun. Like, it's in my hometown, we go there. It's really fun.
What's the toughest one you think?
I would say
Any more questions? Jason Henry. Jason, after you. Hi, Jason.
All right. Yeah. As far as the weekend goes, once again, Ryan hit on a lot of things as far as tough trip and the kids kind of coming together. It was actually kind of nice to get back on the road. I know that doesn't sound too fun, in a lot of cases, but we had been at home for a while, played over at BH, and we struggled a little bit as far as wins and losses. It's kind of nice just to get on the road. It's just all of us, right there, and then you get the team and away you go. And I thought that was good for our guys to sit on the bus and kind of get back to knowing each other and that kind of thing too. So the first game that we did have out in Western, is kind of up and down again. Didn't have a great start. We did try to do some different things in that game as far as playing some zone and playing some man and switching it up, so we're not chasing them around. Once again, the elevation-wise and preparing for 2 nights games and all those kind of things. And I thought it worked great. And our guys did a pretty decent job in it. Something that we just kind of worked on that week. And did a pretty good job in the first half. But we just didn't guard the basketball very well. And that's something that we've kind of struggled on the last, actually, a couple of weeks. Sure, if you're going to give up the 3 and you're going to give up the drives and you're going to put them to the free throw line, doesn't end with good results. So we got to make sure, like we tell our guys, we got to at least take away 2 of those 3 things. And right now we're not. We're kind of giving them 2 of those 3 things, if not 3 of the 3 things. So we got to get back to that. It starts with guarding the basketball. And the second half, we did a very good job. In fact, we ended up having a 4-point lead in the second half after kind of bouncing back and shots were going in. I think our offense is starting to finally pick up again as far as knocking down shots and doing some things that way. And then I wouldn't say we ran out of gas necessarily. I didn't feel that way in years past. It's kind of felt that way. You get at the end and once again, elevation and that kind of thing. Sure, we were tired, but so were they. It wasn't like we're just tripping over ourselves and I probably didn't sub as much as I probably should have in those kind of games, but we had some things rolling, especially go that stretch where we get the lead and that kind of thing. We let the guys play a little bit more, a little bit longer, and sure enough, we gave up a couple transition buckets and it's making a difference in the game. But bottom line is, played our tails off again, did a lot of decent things, right there with those teams on the road and doing some decent stuff. Last week was the first week, take that back, maybe the week before was the first week that we practiced with all our guys. So it was kind of nice to, have everybody there, really start competing, helping, Nick Suker, the young man that's been out all year with an injury, and just for him to come in and play practice kind of changes practice as far as the things that he can do. Obviously having Tristan out for a number of weeks as well. We'll talk about him in a second, playing the second night. So kind of getting the pieces back in there and get the offense going. And I'm honestly getting Tristan knowing what the heck he's supposed to be doing. He's kind of all over the place right now and missed a month and a half of basically practice and just the speed of the game and some of those things is kind of starting back over. But the rest of the guys have kind of picked up the slack and done a good thing. So the second night we came out, didn't get necessarily a great start again, but did some decent things to keep ourselves in the game and once again knock down some shots. I got to the free throw line in the first half when the ball wasn't necessarily going in. We fouled a couple and all those kind of things. And then they've been playing pretty well too. That was one of the things in the RMAC, at Division II for that matter. You don't get any cupcakes. In men's basketball, it's coming every night if you're not ready. It can turn in a hurry, and it's not just the young teams that we talked about, it's the older teams. If you're not ready to go, you don't have an opportunity to come every night and bring your A game, so to speak. And one of the things that we've talked a lot about with our guys is just the mental side of it. We brought in one of our alumni last night to talk about how he prepared himself for a game. We don't have a ton of seniors on the team. For that matter, we don't have a ton of juniors. We'll talk about Jacob here in a second. But just how to get yourself ready for that game and just the so-called grind of it. I don't like using the word grind because I think if you love doing something, it should be a grind for you. But when it starts to be like almost your second season as a high school kid, you're already in your second. You played your state championship a month ago. We started September 1st. It becomes a long season, there's no doubt about it, especially when you're not getting the wins. and that kind of thing. And I think our guys have done a tremendous job of just fighting through some of that, seeing the big picture of it all, knowing we still have plenty of opportunities this year, and I thought we did a good job of that second night as well. Now, once again, I probably did sub as much as I needed to in this game, or in this weekend. Like I said, try to play a little bit more zone, not that you don't play it as hard in the zone. In fact, I think you got to play harder, but you're not chasing guys around all over the place. So trying to help us out a little bit that way. Second half came along, played some guys some extended minutes, had some opportunities again. I kind of leaned on some guys, and then sure enough, you know, we don't sprint back on defense a couple times, and it ended up being give up a couple layups and uncontested shots. And once again, that was the difference in the game. But you know, for the most part, you know, okay weekend as far as how we competed, how we played, how we got better, especially on the offensive side. But our defense has got to keep getting better. We worked on a lot again yesterday in practice, and just taking care of. I know Coach Glenn goes through stats, everything. We call them heart touches. The guys are probably getting sick of hearing about heart touches, but protecting the lane. And we have not done a very good job of protecting the lane. And us as coaches have just got to get back to the basics and really pound that in. A great shooting team that we played the second night was 1 for 9 from the 3-point line. And we didn't take advantage of that and finish the game. So granted, we only scored, you know, shot 40% the second night, shot over 50% the first night, and kind of wasted that opportunity of a pretty good offensive night, to be honest. So we'll get back to it. You know, we played 2 tough road games again. Back to that real quick, we did talk about Tristan and just the things that he does bring to us right now. Just having a big body out there. He's, I wouldn't say struggling on the offensive end, but you know, he's got to get back to where he was before he did get injured and stuff. And he did that. He had a double digit. Actually, almost had a double that second night. It gets Logan playing the position that he should be at. Now all of a sudden they have to start doubling down. Now we're getting open looks a lot more than we had the last, you know, 8-9 games kind of thing. And just the things that he brings to our team is incredible. And Isaac came in and played that second game as well. Did a lot of good things. We had great workouts with those guys this morning again. And I just think our posts are just going to keep going. And it gives open opportunities for guys like Jacob, other guys, shooters, and that kind of stuff, things on the outside. Moving forward, we do play UCCS in Metro as well. UCCS is playing extremely well right now. I don't know if you remember, it feels like a year ago that we played them, but the first time that we played them, you know, me standing up here going, hey, this is one of the most talented teams in the league. And, you know, just didn't have things figured out then, and we're doing this, and we're doing that. We played extremely well. We shot the ball extremely well when we played them, kind of handed it to them here. It's not the same team. I mean, they're rolling right now. They're beating everybody in the league. And they're just didn't change a lot of things. They just, you know, starting to play together. Haven't had any injuries, haven't had any guys ineligible. They're just rolling with it and playing well and doing a good job. So we got to bring our A game again. There's no question about it. We match up with them very well, and we're excited about that challenge. Then the next night, a team that we've never beat. You know, we haven't beat them yet. We talked about that with Mesa. It's a team that we've never beat before, and just those opportunities to, one, you know, go on the road. You know, we've proven that we can win on the road, but getting the road win, and then you're playing Metro the next night, a team that you haven't beat before. And honestly, we match up with them very well again. You know, they're one of the top teams in the conference, but just how they play and those kind of things. You can take care of the ball, you can get the shots up. There's no doubt in my mind that, you know, that we're going to have a great opportunity to be there at the end. So it's a good weekend for us. It's great because of things that, you know, Joel's doing and Kevin's doing down there. I've had a couple calls now from parents. I've had a few calls from alumni. We're actually having a couple alumni come in and talk to us when we're down there as well. And kind of excited. You know, it's when we're at Metro in years past, you know, we've had half, if not, you know, 2/3 of the crowd is ours. You know, it's pretty cool. So hopefully our alumni step it up, and because of the things that our administration has done and stuff, we're really looking forward to the weekend as well down there. Any quick questions for me? We are. We're like I said, we finally practiced with everybody, you know, 2 weeks ago, and we got the nicks and scratches and things that everybody else has this time of year, but it's been awesome. Okay, you talk about being excited when you see some of the guys and those opportunities for them to be out there. It's just kind of comical when you got 2 bigs that have no idea what they're doing over there. You know, they're running around, but on the defensive end, they just cause struggle and give us some good matchups, give us some great looks for having like a red team that we call them and preparing us for the games. They've just done an exceptional job with that because we have high-level players playing on those teams right now, and it's great. It's great to see. Anything else? Okay, great. We'll get Jacob up here real quick. Jacob, he's from Arizona. He can talk about that kind of stuff. He is a junior college young man that, as you guys know, that most of you understand our program and our school. We don't get a lot of opportunities to bring in transfers, junior college guys, that kind of stuff. We worked hard. We knew we were going to be young this year. We wanted to kind of even out our classes, so to speak, and try to find a way to recruit junior colleges. Pretty hard last year. Well, because of our academics, a lot of times we end up with special young men that come through there and that kind of stuff. And there are guys that are out there, whether or not they want to come and enjoy the cold weather and that kind of stuff and kind of suck it up to come and play basketball and those kind of things. He can talk a little bit about that. But we're very fortunate to get Jacob to come up here, continue playing basketball, obviously take care of him on the academic side. But like I said, to bring some of that leadership that we really needed, obviously an opportunity to play in a good junior college league down there and bring some of that knowledge in, and then just having a great young man in our program. So it's great to have him here. It's good to, like I said, not bring in another freshman, and something that we're trying to do again this year is maybe bring in one junior college guy. It's just not the easiest to find him out there, and he can kind of talk about that a little bit. So we'll let Jacob go from here.
My name's Jake Anastasi. I'm from Phoenix, well, Cape Creek, Arizona. It's kind of northern Phoenix. So the golf tournament is close to home. Thank you guys for coming out today. I definitely want to see you guys on Tuesday against Black Hills. We all want to meet a big crowd out there. So I'm a chemical engineering major. I want to go to biomedical engineering, so I'm going to work on the accelerated masters here. So that's my plan. As far as why I chose here, it's kind of a tough process because with any recruit, you're in season, while they're in season, it's hard to find time to talk to each other. So I had a lot of contact with Coach early in my sophomore season in my junior college. And then things kind of fell off in the season, was kicked out. And I ended up taking my visit after school was out. It was end of May? I think it was the end of May I came out here, and the weather was beautiful. At that time, the weather was beautiful. And I didn't get to work out with any guys. I met with JT, who was the point guard last year, talked to him a little bit. I had a good visit, good tour with Dr. Kirk and all that. But as far as this past weekend, the coach hit the nail on the head. We just have to guard the ball. I think Coach Glenn always says three things. He says play hard, play smart, play together. And right now we're kind of two of the three. So this weekend, we think we could play any one of the conference. Every game we play, we think is a wonderful game. And going on the road, it's tough. But it's not as far as a road trip, and I think we play hard. We got to start on defense. We've been, the past couple of weeks, it's been everything we've been focusing on defense. That's where it starts. I think we've kind of been in a slump offensively. When things are going good offensively, it's easy to play defense. But it has to be the other way around. We have to start defensively and then have that great defense. What's it called? Great defense with championships. That's it. Any questions?
What position did you play in high school?
In high school, I was a point guard. So I was really small. Not really small. It was like 2000. My graduating class was like 300 kids. But I played point guard in high school, and then in my 2 years at junior college, I was a wing. So I actually came up on my visit here. We were playing, and coach was like, I didn't really know you could pass like that. It really kind of changed this thing. So came up here. The first couple weeks I was doing wing stuff, and then he's like, all right, kind of gradually transitioned to the point guard slot.
You're a hell of a ball handler for a big guy.
Thank you. My parents, it's kind of funny. My dad, I'm sure I told him I was on there today. Like, we'll watch, but my dad's like 5'10", my mom's 5'4". So, I mean, my brother,
Are you sure they're your parents?
done a lot of jokes on the milkman and the mailman. So, they're my parents.
When did you develop your love for basketball? How did that get you growing up? How did you kind of get directed into that?
Honestly, since I can remember, I was playing basketball. I had a little, I don't know what the brand is, the little basketball hoop with the water in the bag. I think I had that when I was like 3, throwing the ball around. But I really didn't grow until high school. But I've been playing since I can remember. There's a recreational league that I started with in 1st grade, and then my 3rd grade year, they kind of organized the league, kind of took all the kids. It's like, all right, we want to form a competitive team, and kind of went from there. I played baseball and soccer as well growing up, but basketball, I love basketball. I like playing it.
Junior college, we have them under great players, competing against.
Yeah.
Is that a difference between playing Division II and playing at junior college?
The main difference, I mean, everything here in Division II, I feel it's a lot more structured. And there's just a lot more. The coach comes into practice every day, he has a sheet. This is what we're going to do, time, everything. Kind of JUCO. It's not a bad thing, it was kind of like, all right, here's what I'll go play. But competition-wise, I think it's pretty similar. There's a lot of the junior college, a lot of athletes, a lot of guys that are really qualifiers, guys going there to boost grades and everything. But there's a lot in our league. We play, so it's all the junior college in Arizona. So it's 11 total. So 5 of them are in Division I, so they can help. They have like dorms and stuff. So, but then the Division II, which is why I was on the team, but they can't have dorms. But a lot of guys, like I think last year in my class in my junior college, they had one guy is up in South Dakota State. We actually had the D2 National Player of the Year. He was from Kima. So there's probably 4 or 5, 61 guys in our conference. Anything else?
Any other questions? All right, very good. Thank you. So you guys, once again, I will always underscore, aren't you just so proud of our scholar athletes? Absolutely. Once again, thank you, Buffalo Wild Wings. We really always appreciate that hosting us. This is a great place to come hang out. And also, please make sure that you check out our friend here who is doing Roman's work, getting around to help everybody. So please make sure you show that appreciation also. Anita, Brad, thank you guys for always helping put this on. Couldn't do this without you guys. And please, everybody, also remember that we always need the support with our scholarships. We always want to try to push the ball forward to create more and more opportunities for our scholar athletes. So to donate, please go to hardrockclub.org, click on Give. Really easy way to give straight to scholarships. 100% of your money goes to the scholarships. So everybody, thank you for your time today. We appreciate it.